After 4 back-and-forth games, it all comes down to this. Game 5 of the ALDS between the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros, with a trip to face the New York Yankees in the American League Championship Series on the line. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Texas Rangers franchise here on MLB The Show 21 and the MSM Sports Network. You see there the series tied at 2 apiece. The Rangers took both games in Houston. The Astros took both games in Arlington. And as you see the bracket there, the winner takes on the Yankees. Meanwhile, the Brewers and the Dodgers will square off in the NLCS. Well, the Houston Astros will send Lance McCullers to the mound. The Rangers will counter with Dane Dunning, and should be a fantastic matchup as both pitchers have the weight of their team on their shoulders. You see Lance McCullers warming up for his start. Already made one start back in Game 1 of the American League Division Series. Did not have a decision in that game, but the Rangers weren't terribly fooled by him on the mound, and he'll be looking to hopefully have a better performance. I know the home crowd certainly thinks that, as Isaiah Kiner-Falefa leads it off for the Rangers. 3-2 the count, as we've had a 7-pitch at bat to start the game. McCullers winds and fires, and that hit him. A curveball that didn't curve, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa plunked to start this ball game. Next batter is David Dahl on a 2-2 count. Dahl takes a changeup that just missed the plate. McCullers frustrated with the call, and now the count goes full with Nick Solak waiting on deck. The high hold here from McCullers, the kick and the pitch. And it's popped up into left center field. Kiner-Falefa was on the move. He'll have to scamper back to first. And McCullers gets the first out of the inning while keeping IKF at first base. Next batter's Nick Solak, a 2-2 count here. And Nick going deep out to left center field. Back on the track and reaching up. The catch is made by Miles Straw. A deep out there from Nick Solak again. McCullers not really fooling these Ranger bats. As the next batter is Nate Lowe, a 3-1 pitch, and this is smacked into right field. That's a base hit. Kiner-Falefa hits the bag at second. He's on his way to third. The throw not in time and offline, and Texas has runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. See McCullers' pitch count already up to 25. Next batter, Anderson Tejada, deep out to left center field. Towards the track, reaching up is Brantley. He makes the catch as Tejada just misses the Crawford boxes, and the Rangers can't score. Dane Dunning takes the mound now for Texas, wearing the Blue Road jerseys. A 1-start appearance for Dunning already in this series, a 1.8 ERA as he gets the ball in Game 5. First batter he would face would be Michael Brantley, and this is bounded weakly out to third base. Tejada makes the play, and there's one away. 1-2 count now here on Miles Straw. He'll ground out to first, and Dunning working quickly here in the inning, has 2 outs and just 11 pitches. That brings up Yordan Alvarez, who's been ice cold this series, just 188 the average, and on a 1-2 pitch, he swings and misses on a hanging changeup right down the middle. Dunning works a 3-up, 3-down inning, and we go to the second. Sam Huff now at the plate for the Rangers on a 3-2 count. Sinker works back towards the outside corner and freezes the Ranger backstop. You can't believe it, and there are 2 away. Manuel Margot then would tap out to first base. Nice play by McCullers getting over to field his position. We move on in this one as McCullers settling in the second inning. Dane Dunning back on the mound, and he'll strike out Kyle Tucker here on a 1-2 curveball. Second K of the afternoon for Dunning as you get another look at this. Good pitch from Dunning. Great movement as that one just fell off the table. 10 inches of break from Dunning, and that would bring up Jose Altuve, who's been red hot. He slices this one into right field, but Margot coming on. He'll make the catch, and the Astros go quietly in the second. Move ahead to the third inning now, and it's Carlos Correa, 267 average in the postseason. 2-2 count now as Dunning kicks and fires, and he swings and misses. Slider got him moving below the knees, and Correa way out in front of the breaking pitch. Dunning was dialed in early. Brings up Yuli Gurriel. He'll roll over quietly out to third on a 1-1 slider. Quickly, there were 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning as Dunning looks to be in total command on the mound. Next batter would be Wilson Ramos, just a 125 average for the Water Buffalo. That won't matter, though, as he goes deep out to left field, banging it off the archway over the Crawford boxes. His second home run of the series is a no-doubter, and just like that, Dunning taken yard. The Astros have a 1-0 lead. So you get a look at the replay here, and the Water Buffalo knew that immediately off the bat. Houston takes a 1-up advantage. Top of the fourth inning now, 2 outs and a runner on first base for Willie Calhoun. McCullers the high hold, the 63rd pitch of his afternoon, and it's popped up into shallow right center field. Miles Straw comes on and easily makes the catch. So the Astros preserve their lead into the bottom of the fourth. Yordan Alvarez to the plate now, a 3-2 count, and he'll foul this one off. Alvarez has been a menace historically for the Astros against the Rangers, but not so in the series, although he's taken steps to correct that. As he splits the gap, it'll bang off the wall in front of the Ranger bullpen, and Yordan Alvarez a 1-out double in the bottom of the fourth, and the Astros put another runner in scoring position as Alvarez, protecting the plate, got a hanging breaking ball and sent that into the gap. Kyle Tucker was the next batter, and he would send this one back up the middle. A base hit into center field, and there's going to be no play for the Rangers as that ball just too softly hit. The outfielder's playing too deep, and just like that, Kyle Tucker makes it a 2-0 lead. Next batter with 2 outs, Jose Altuve going deep into the corner. Is there a play? There is! Willie Calhoun, just in foul territory, reaches up to make the catch, but the Astros do have a 2-0 game advantage. Top of the fifth now, and it's Sam Huff who will ground out weakly to first base as McCullers really had found a groove on the mound. Even though his pitch count is a little bit elevated into the fifth inning, he was keeping the Ranger bats off balances. He gets the weak contact from Huff. Next batter is Manuel Margot, and a fastball right down the middle. This is laced into right center field. Straw trying to pick it up in the alley. It's off of his glove, and Margot hits the bag at second on his way to third. The relay throw's not in time. Manuel Margot, a 1-out triple for the Rangers, and Texas trying to strike back and slice this lead in half. Next batter is Charlie Culberson, 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch to the Ranger infielder, and this is hit back up the middle. That'll get down in front of Straw in center field. Margot scores easily, and Texas is on the board as Culberson, who got the start at second base today, quickly makes his presence felt. An RBI single up the middle on a hanging curveball. You see Straw trying to play this as quickly as he can. Just had that short hop in front of him. Well, the Astros would get 2 arms up in the bullpen in Verlander and Josh James as Isaiah Kiner-Falefa dug in. A 2-1 count here for the Rangers shortstop. McCullers winds and fires in a curveball that just misses off the plate. Next pitch to Kiner-Falefa. Cutter misses inside, and there are runners on first and second now with still just 1 away. They leave McCullers in. The 81st pitch of the game misses low to David Dahl, and it's a 3-1 count. Dahl 0 for 2 today, trying to drive in a couple of runs here. 3-2 now the count, and the pitch fouled away as Dahl battling with McCullers, not going to give up easily. Payoff pitch one more time, and it's swung on and missed as Dahl looks quizzically at his bat, just couldn't quite get the curveball that fell below the zone. So a 2-2 count now to Nick Solak, the last chance for the Rangers in the inning, and the pitch flied out to right field. This will be handled easily, and McCullers tight ropes out of the fifth inning as we head to the bottom of the frame. Carlos Correa now up with a full count, and Correa launches this one deep out to left center field. It is off the top of the wall. It's coming back into play. Calhoun will field it off the bounce, but Correa is easily into third base as that ball was just mere inches away from being a solo home run. Correa got nearly all of this, and it just happens to bounce off that padded yellow stripe and come back into the ballpark as David Dahl chased it all the way to the wall. I think he thought that was gone. Yuli Gurriel next up. He's shopping in the gap. This one will fall. An RBI double coming up for Yuli Gurriel, and the Astros get that run back. It's now 3-1 Houston over Texas in the bottom of the fifth. Well, that would spell the end of Dane Dunning's day, and Taylor Hearn coming in out of the bullpen with one out now facing Michael Brantley. He gets Brantley to pop this one up as Michael just underneath a hanging slider. There will be no advance from the runner, and so with 2 outs, the Astros still have a runner on second base. Miles Straw up now, weakly down to third base. Tejada fields it on the backhand, throws across the diamond, and that gets Texas out of the inning. But the damage done, Yuli Gurriel puts the Astros up 3-1. Justin Verlander came in out of the bullpen, making his second appearance in relief. He pitched 4 innings back in Texas and was just untouchable. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks to his ledger. 1 out now, and here's Anderson Tejada in a filthy curveball that has the Ranger third baseman flailing out of his shoes. Tejada thrown out, trying to advance down to first. Willie Calhoun came up, and to his credit, he made Verlander battle here. This is the 11th pitch of the at-bat, and a fastball just misses below the knees. Calhoun with a quality at-bat for Texas. If nothing else, running the pitch count up. Sam Huff, though, way out in front of a slider there, and the count 0-2 now is Verlander trying to get out of a scoreless 6th inning. Check of the runner, high kick, and here he comes in. Another slider at the bottom of the zone. Sam Huff swings right over the top of that, and Verlander does a job in relief. To the bottom of the 6th now, it's Yordan Alvarez back to the plate, and he gets caught looking at a fastball up and in that just nips the upper 90. Great pitch from Taylor Hearn, who has been really, really good out of the bullpen this year for Texas. 0-1 pitch now to Bregman, and another hanging slider, but he's going to get away with it. Dahl temporarily lost it in the lights, but manages to recover and make an escape room type catch. There are 2 outs now for Kyle Tucker. 1-2 pitch, Tucker grounding this one back up the middle. Hard charging Kiner Falefa throws Lowe to first, but it's dug out by Lowe, and we end the 6th inning. So on to the final 3 frames. The Rangers needing a comeback. Verlander still toes the rubber, and he's going to continue working. Manuel Margot strikes out on a curveball, and there's 1 out in the 7th. Charlie Culberson, who has the only run driven in, well, he can't do anything either against the former American League Cy Young Award winner. He strikes out swinging, and Kiner Falefa will get under this, pop it into right center field as Straw over to make the catch. The Astros just 6 outs away from going on to the ALCS. We take you now to the 8th inning, and it's Spencer Patton coming on out of the bullpen. 3 games that he's pitched in so far in this series, and he's 1-0. He's really done a good job in relief, and he gets Jose Altuve flailing at this slider way out of the zone for the first out. Patton has a very, very good slider that pairs with an accurate fastball, and even though he's not overpowering, he certainly can make you miss bats. Next batter was Carlos Correa, in the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed at a good splitter below the zone. Spencer Patton takes control in this at-bat. 0-2 pitch, fastball over the heart of the plate, and he's good at missing bats, but he didn't that time. Carlos Correa into the Crawford boxes as he gets just enough on that fastball to hit his 3rd home run of the series. The Astros make it 4-1 in the 8th, and now Texas seriously behind the 8 ball if they want to extend their playoff hopes. You get another look at that. Not the best contact from Carlos Correa, just 91 miles an hour off the bat. But the Crawford box is in left. It doesn't take a ton to get that out. To the 8th inning we go, and it is 4-1 Houston. Joe Smith coming in out of the bullpen. Was a little surprised they took Verlander out, but the side-arming righty delivers to David Dahl, and the first pitch is smoked. High and deep out to right field. Gone! David Dahl sends a message with the first pitch of the inning. His 2nd home run of the series, and he cuts the Astro lead in half. If you get a look at the replay, perfect contact for David Dahl. 109 screaming miles an hour off the bat, and it would make it 4-2 Houston. Nick Solak, the next batter. A hard hit line drive stopped by Altuve, but the recovery not in time. Solak reaches first on a hard hit single that stays in the infield, and that would bring up Nate Lowe. 2-1 the count for the Rangers' first baseman, who's 1 for 2 on the day. As Smith winds and fires, and a hanging slider driven deep out to right field. Defender going back at the track, looking up. That one's gone! Nate Lowe ties the ballgame in the top of the 8th inning with his first of the series. And just like that, Joe Smith has come in and he's given up 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 of them have left the yard. Nate Lowe takes a hanging slider and makes it a souvenir as Texas has tied the ball game and Houston has to scramble to the bullpen. It's Andre Scrubb coming on. He's struggled in this series in 2 appearances, but now tasked with just keeping this a tie ball game. His 3-1 pitch to Anderson Tejada, hit towards the hole, throw to first in time. Great play by Carlos Correa in that third base shortstop gap. And now the Rangers are actually thinking about challenging this. As you get a look at the replay, you slow it down. Can't really see from that angle, but Chris Woodward is going to go ahead and challenge this. As the Rangers feel like they have a case here, they're going to let the first base umpire know, hey, we want to take a look at this, and they'll send it back to the MLB Replay Center in New York. You get one final look at it, and from that angle, it looks like Tejada beat it out. At least Ty could go to the runner. So the umpires have discussed with the replay center, and the call in the field will be overturned. Anderson Tejada hustling out an infield single, the second of the inning, and that puts a runner on first with still nobody out. Now it's Willie Calhoun to the plate. The 2-2 pitch and a good slider from Scrubb. Got him looking. Froze Willie on the outside corner. It just bent back over the plate as you get a look at the replay here. Scrubb started that probably 6 inches off the plate, and it froze the Ranger left fielder. So now 2 outs, 2-2 the count. Manuel Margot at the plate. Here's the pitch, and the runner goes. Curveball misses outside. Here's the throw. It's low and not in time. Anderson Tejada swipes second base, and the count runs full now on Manuel Margot as the go-ahead run in scoring position, and the slider misses inside. Scrubb comes on. He gets a couple of outs, but then he walks Manuel Margot, and that brings up Charlie Culberson. 1 for 3. He singled home the first run of the game for Texas earlier as Orbit trying to get this Astro crowd into it. 1-0 now the count on the Rangers' second baseman. Runners are on first and second, and Texas trying to take the lead. Scrubb, the check of the runner at second. Now here's the pitch, and a fastball belted over the third baseman's head. It's down the left field line, and it'll go to the wall. 1 run will come home to score. Margot to third. It's an RBI single from Charlie Culberson, and he gives Texas the lead in the top of the 8th inning. That ball just getting over the glove of a leaping Alex Bregman, and Texas would take a 1-run lead to the bottom half of the frame. Is Brett Martin coming on out of the pen? He's got Michael Brantley to face, who's 0 for 3. He's been ice cold in this series so far. As Martin kicks and fires the 0-2 pitch, and a sinker right down the middle froze Brantley. He was looking off speed pitch, and the veteran cannot pull the trigger. Martin gets his first strikeout of the night, and Texas just 5 outs away from advancing to the ALCS. The next batter is Miles Straw, and he's going to poke this one into right field, just in between Solak and Lowe. The tying runner on for the Astros with 1 out. And Straw just takes this the other way. Miles has developed into such a good hitter. I'm looking forward to competing against him over the next couple of years. Next batter is Yordan Alvarez, trying to break through at the plate. He had a double earlier in the game. Can he manifest another one here? On an 0-2 pitch, grounds weakly down to third. On to second for 1. The low throw dug out by Lowe, and Texas turns a double play. 5-4-3 to get out of the inning. Texas will take a lead to the 9th inning with the ALCS on the line as Charlie Culberson and Anderson Tejada team up, and that would send us to the 9th inning. David Dahl, who homered in his last at-bat, squares to bunt now. It's over to first base. The play not made in time. David Dahl beats it out with an infield bunt. I think he was trying to bunt against the shift, but it works either way. And with 1 out now, it's Nate Lowe to the plate. He'll ground this one softly out to third base. Bregman charges, throw to second, in time for 1. It was hit too softly to turn a double play. The Rangers 2 outs and a runner on first now. Anderson Tejada comes to the plate in the first pitch from Brian Abreu. This is smoked deep out to center field, but Straw has a beat on it, and he will make the catch, sending us to the bottom of the 9th. Texas 3 outs away from advancing to the American League Championship Series, But the Houston Astros trying to prevent that as Matt Bush comes in out of the bullpen. 3 appearances in the series so far. He has not allowed a run, and his first batter to face is Alex Bregman. First pitch of the inning, winds, fires, and a check swing. No, he went around. Alex Bregman down in the count, 0-1 as he searches for answers at the plate. 0 for 3 today. The 1-2 pitch to Bregman, smoked into left field. That's a base hit. Past the dive of Tejada, and the tying run on base for the Astros with nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As they look to tie or walk off their in-state rival. Get another look at this, and Tejada guarding the line. Just has that one hit to his left. If he was in his normal position, that's an easy first out. Well, Kyle Tucker, the next batter, chops this one to second. Too softly hit to turn 2, and it works like a bunt. It moves the tying runner up to second base. Jose Altuve now at the plate. 0 for 3 on the day and takes a slider that catches the outside corner for strike 1. The next pitch, also a slider in there at the bottom of the zone, and Altuve in the count, 0-2. Bush looking for the strikeout here. Fastball high and away. A waste pitch. Altuve chased outside earlier in the game. Can he get him to do it now? The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did! Jose Altuve punched out by the first base umpire. And it's Carlos Correa, the last chance for the Astros here in the 9th. He's 2 for 3 with a home run and a triple. He's also struck out once. The city's hopes of a championship ride on their shortstop's shoulders, who is also out of contract at the end of this year. Could this be his last at bat as a Houston Astro? The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and Houston's down to their final strike. Bush, deep breaths, as he needs to make just one more pitch. The Astro faithful rise and on their feet. 1-2 pitch from the righty, fouled away. Carlos Correa battling tough for a city that he helped bring a championship to. 1-2 the count. Bush, the high kick and the pitch, tapped out in front of the plate. Matt Bush, the former shortstop, fields his position, fires to first, and Texas is moving on. The Texas Rangers upset the Houston Astros in the ALDS, and they've won their first playoff series since 2011. The Rangers send the Houston Astros home. They're celebrating on their rivals' field and now have earned the right to play the New York Yankees in the ALCS. What a journey it's been this year for the Texas Rangers. I truly cannot believe what has happened here in the postseason. The Rangers were not a team that were even supposed to make the playoffs. They weren't really even supposed to be close to 500. And yet we end the season at 82-80. We squeak into the postseason. We take down the Cleveland Indians with their Cy Young Award winner on the mound, and now have beaten the Houston Astros, a team that boat raced us in the division, won well over 100 games, and now get to face Garrett Cole and the New York Yankees in the American League Championship Series with a trip to the World Series on the line. It's going to be a fascinating ALCS. That'll be covered in the next episode, but what a Game 5 this has been, and I'm so glad that you guys were here to join me on this journey. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you thought about this episode, and if you think we can beat the New York Yankees in the ALCS. Until next time, so long, everybody.